Hi everyone, it is Monday, December 1st. Glad it's not November anymore. That's a relief. Just wanted to update. I've been doing really good. Really good. I haven't had a bad day since my last bad day, so that's really great. I am only going 1 to 3 times a day now. First time I went one time Saturday, and I was kind of in shock and didn't really believe like it was possible, but I've done it, I guess. So every day, I am getting better. So now 1 to 3 times is, normal. Obviously I still have the diarrhea, but I'm not bleeding every time. I am still bleeding, but not every single time that I'm going. So that's really good and really improvement. I went to the gym last week, like I said, and I actually did all my dance classes last week, all 5 of them, and I taught Zumba, both classes, did one of my pump classes, and went to salsa Friday night for a little while, and went and taught a salsa lesson Saturday night. So I did a lot more than I did the week before. So like I said, every day is better, and I do have energy, and finding my own groove and taking care of myself, and really making taking care of myself a priority. So I'm not going to be teaching Zumba anymore. I finally told the members December 9th is going to be my last date, and I'm kind of going to try and find what's best for me. So I haven't really not belonged to a gym in a long time, so I'm going to try different places and different types of classes and see what's out there and see maybe what's best for my body right now. Because obviously 15 hours a week is just excessive, and I'm really concerned about my health and making myself a priority. Speaking of that, I got my hair done. If you haven't noticed, it's like black. We combined like the darkest brown 50-50 with black, so I really love it. And the ends are a little purple, you can't tell on the video, but just wanted something dramatic for everything that I've been through in the last month. So felt like my hair should represent how I've been feeling, and I really love it. I thought it was gonna be a little scary going black, but I am embracing it, and I got like dark purple lipstick, and doing my eyes really dark and just having fun with it. It's a good, fall, winter hairstyle. So that's nice. And had my 4th acupuncture appointment today, and seems to be going really well. I think it's definitely one of the things that are helping me. I could tell, the insertion of the needles doesn't hurt as much as it did, and, every day gets easier, and I may be able to relax more and just let it work, and the needles activate themselves rather than her having to activate them. And I don't know if anyone knows what that even means. If you've never had acupuncture before, probably not, but you insert them, and depending on how they go in, you have to like flick them and play with them and make sure that they're activated. But as soon as she puts them in, they're activated almost. And I noticed, I mentioned the ones in my hands really hurt, and they hurt 2 out of 3 times, so now it's 2 out of 4 times. They're your pain receptors, so obviously with all the stuff going on my insides, those would be more sensitive, so that made more sense. I have an appointment with my surgeon next week, and another acupuncture appointment because we're going on vacation. Otherwise, she said, try 2 weeks without, but because I am going on vacation, that's not really an option, so I'm going to go at the end of next week. And what I've noticed, and I'm sure people experience this just in their everyday lives, when I'm starting to feel better, I forget that I'm sick. I forget that I'm sick, and I forget that I'm ill. I forgot to take my medicine one night, and that's the first time I have forgotten it, but still, I'm not taking as good a care of myself because I'm doing so well, which is funny because I need to keep it up because whatever I'm doing is working. I've been forgetting to do my food log, which, became really helpful. I found the egg problem. So I need to keep doing it, need to stay on top of it, and my poop log and stuff, I need to do that. And when I'm feeling well, it's those simple things that I'm doing every day when I am sick gets to be the first thing that I neglect when I'm feeling better. And so it's funny how your mind, tries to take advantage of feeling better by thinking that you're all better, and I'm not, still not in remission yet. As far as my standards are, I don't know how other people are. Like, I still have diarrhea every day. Like I said the last time, it has a little bit more texture to it, but it's not normal by any means. The sense of urgency is gone. That's one thing I forgot to mention. Before it was like I had to get to the toilet and now, and no questions asked, like, get out of my way, I need to go to the washroom. And now I can actually hold it sometimes, which I wasn't able to before. Like, I went to a Zumba class on Friday, and I always warn the members, and I say, I have this illness, and if I have to leave in the middle of class, I'm going to leave, but I'm going to come right back. And on Friday, I felt like some movement going around on the inside, and within the first 10 minutes of class. And so I said to them, I have a feeling like it's going to happen this class, and it didn't. I was able to hold it the rest of the class. So I don't have that huge sense of urgency now. Work was able to accommodate extra breaks for me if needed, and I haven't had to use them. Well, I've only been there one day this week, but I haven't had to use it, and so that's really good. Obviously, things are getting better every day, so a combination or one thing that I'm doing is working, but what I've found, acupuncture, turmeric, that's an Indian spice I'm taking in pill form. I'm taking the multivitamin, and I've changed my entire diet. That's gluten-free, dairy-free, avoiding hard, fibrous vegetables, and avoiding seeds and nuts, and avoiding sugar, caffeine, and it's working, definitely. And obviously what I'm eating is giving me enough energy to go through my day, and so a combination. And I'm taking the Asacol still 5 times a day. So one thing or a combination of everything is definitely working, and I'm just going to keep doing everything I'm doing, until I feel like I'm back to normal. And I don't know what my normal will be, so every day is a new day, but I'm not willing to add anything into my diet at this time, and I'm not willing to make any of those big changes because I am seeing really, really great results, and so I don't really want to screw up my progress. Speaking of food, I'm struggling with food mentally, not physically. Like I said, the food is giving me energy, and it's doing what it needs to do, and that's that. But I'm feeling very trapped. And like I mentioned before, food has always been my thing. And I even asked my husband last night, I'm like, am I still the same person if I'm not a foodie? Am I still the same person? Because I'm not always talking and obsessing about how much I love food. I feel like that was a huge part of who I was. Even on my Pinterest and on Facebook, I'm always posting things about food and how much I'm a foodie, and how much, who cares about exercise, or I'm only exercising to eat, or like things like that. And that's how I am. That's who I was. So now, and it's funny because before, and I've had this conversation with my husband and my best friend a whole lot, I have an obsession with food. And, like I mentioned before, I'm always wanting it. I'm always wanting more. I'm always wanting extra. And I eat a lot throughout the day, a lot. And I always felt like that was kind of like an overeater's problem, like an addiction. Even though I exercised a lot, and I'm healthy and took care of myself and still ate good food, I still was obsessed with food and never felt like I had control of the way I ate. That's part of how I got overweight, is I just didn't think about what I was eating when I was eating it. I ate mindlessly, and I ate I never ate consciously. I just continued eating, whether it was I was eating after I was full, getting seconds because it tasted good, eating my fill of desserts throughout the day, and not just giving myself a treat like once a week, giving myself a treat once a day, once a meal, and that was how I was. But it was never seemed like a problem because I exercised, of course, and everyone saw me eat really healthy. And then obviously it wasn't something, like, I did attend an Overeaters Anonymous class, or a meeting, just to see what it was about, and I ended up crying in the class because I felt like those people, I connected with them, and so that to me meant that I had, some type of food addiction. So that sense of losing control is kind of overwhelming, but I had gained control of it, and I had come so far from where I was. Food is a hard thing to get in control and eat the way you're supposed to eat, and I finally did that, and it kind of came out of nowhere, and I was able to eat, sensibly, and only treat myself once a week, and eat all my food groups, and I was doing so well. So I kind of felt trapped before I got control of that. I felt I was trapped in food, trapped in being out of control, and that was hard. So now I'm the opposite. I feel trapped that I can only eat certain things, and I feel like I'm so in control that I'm trapped by my control of what I can eat and how it has to be eaten. And so it's like there's never a balance, and that's my whole life. I've always struggled with balance, and now I'm definitely finding that overwhelming sensation of not being in control and having too much control. I'm still having sugar cravings. They're not coming as often. That just shows what a huge addiction sugar is. I've had this conversation with a lot of people lately that, sugar is like it's a drug. And I, loved that drug. And so now that I'm not having it, I'm getting it through fruit. So I'm still getting my natural sugars through fruit juices, unsweetened fruit juices. I'm still getting those natural sugars, but I still crave them, and I haven't had it in like a month. So that's still in your system. It's still in your brain. You know how good it is. And, I'm craving hard meat. I'm craving steak, and I'm craving mostly sugar and hard meat. It's funny. And I never used to eat a lot of meat before, but now that I can't, you think of everything that you want. I'm not doing a very good job of explaining myself right now. I just wanted to show and talk about how I felt trapped in both worlds. I felt trapped that there's only so much that I can eat right now, and before I felt trapped that I couldn't stop eating everything. And so I'm really struggling mentally, and I'm having to accept that this is my life right now and have to slowly introduce things when I'm better, but like I stated, don't want to change anything right now because I am doing so much better. But that social aspect of food is really difficult. We're doing a get-together next weekend with all of my friends, and they, worked really hard to try and find something that I can have that they can make. And, I was very insistent, like, let me just bring my own food because I feel comfortable with that. I feel in control of that. And, I don't want to be asking all the time, like, what's in this and what's in that. But I've had long, extensive text conversations, sent them my happy, friendly food list so that they can, help me and support me in my life. Because it's not just, it's kind of like an alcoholic where you want to support them, but you don't want to give in to their what they really want. And I guess that's kind of how it is, except it's my health. I guess for an alcoholic, they're unhealthy too. But so yeah, I'm just really struggling with that. And if you've ever been addicted to food or lost control of the way you eat, I know how you feel, and it's really weird when your body can't have it anymore. You think of food so much differently, and I should be thankful, and I am. I'm thankful that I have nutrients, and I'm not as weak as I was. Every day I got a little stronger. I am still weak. So I'm thankful for so many things, but at the same time I think I'm still in mourning of my life before. And it's, it's only been a month, and like I keep telling myself, holy crap, it's been a month, that's a long time. But I keep telling myself, wow, it's only been a month that it's been this way. And so I think I'm still in mourning of my life before. And I know that I'm going to get there, and it's going to be good. It's getting better. Every day is good. It's just that food, I'm really struggling with it. So I know how you feel. Been there, done that. Nothing really funny to talk about. I had, and I didn't write it down, and I should have, but that conversation of chronic illness. I went to salsa last weekend, and I'm the person that I'm always out there. I'm on the dance floor the entire night, and now, I'm taking my breaks and doing this and drinking lots of water and juice. And someone said to me, "Why aren't you dancing?" And I said, "Oh no, I'm just can't really do it." "Oh, well, why not?" "Well, I'm sick. I'm ill." "Well, you don't look sick." "No, I don't look sick, but I'm not well." "Oh, well, fine then." And that's just my life. And also, last video I talked about how people were commenting about how I look good because I've lost weight, and I've had a lot of people message me, email me, comment about, they're giving them the benefit of the doubt, like they're telling me that I look good despite being sick, which I do because I don't look sick. But I would not have talked about that in my previous video if I didn't have exact examples of that actually happening, where someone asks me, "Where have you been?" and I tell them what's going on with me, and they say, "Oh, that's too bad, but man, do you ever look good because you've lost weight?" So that I would not have talked about it last video if I didn't have people who fit that bill of what I was talking about. There's lots of people who don't know. There's lots of people who do tell me that I look good, even though I feel like crap. There's lots of those people. There are specific people, and I don't know if you're watching this, I don't know if you know who you are, but they specifically said that I look good for losing weight after I told them that I was sick. So there. And that's about it. I'm excited to go on vacation next week. That'll be really nice. I'm excited it's December. I'm glad November's over. That was a really rough month, and I know other people had a rough month too. So that's all for now. Thanks for listening. My little update for the week, and have a great week.